The little girl came to Grandma's house for the first time and immediately heard the little dog talking. She discovered that the dog had a fishbone stuck in its throat, so the girl quickly told Grandma about it. Grandma asked in confusion how she knew. Unexpectedly, the girl said the little dog told her. As she spoke, she reached out to pull the fishbone out, but Grandma didn't believe she could understand the dog at all. She knew her dog was shy around strangers and would never let the little girl touch it. But just as she finished speaking, the little dog opened its mouth. This scene stunned everyone present. Soon, the older brother pulled a fishbone from the dog's mouth. Only then did the whole family realize that this girl they had bought was no ordinary child. But what they didn't know was that the girl could not only talk to dogs, but also understand what birds said. This was because she was born with a lucky constitution. Anyone who treated her well would receive good fortune in return, but anyone who mistreated her would either die or be disabled. When the girl was little, she was picked up by a couple. At first, the couple treated her very well, but once they had a child of their own, they started seeing her as a burden, so they treated her very harshly. Sure enough, the couple died in an unexpected accident, and the little girl was then sold by the husband's older brother for just $10 to the household of a 7-star general. It turned out the general's son was seriously ill. Countless doctors diagnosed him and concluded he wouldn't live more than a week. The butler, feeling sorry for the boy, suggested the general find the boy a little sister to break the bad luck. However, the general thought it was nonsense. But right after he said that, the boy vomited blood. The general didn't expect anything from the girl. He just planned that after his son passed away, he would raise the girl as his own daughter. But unexpectedly, as soon as the girl held the boy's hand, a beam of golden light entered the boy's body. The next second, the unconscious boy suddenly woke up. The general was overwhelmed with emotion when he saw this. He immediately called a doctor to examine his son. Even the doctor couldn't explain this medical miracle, because now the boy's body was almost completely healed. But just to be safe, he needed to take 100-year-old ginseng to fully recover. Upon hearing this, the general ordered the butler to find it. But the butler searched all over and still couldn't find 100-year-old ginseng. When the girl heard about the situation, she asked the birds outside for help. She asked them where to find the ginseng. Unexpectedly, the birds really told her. When the girl and the nanny went into the yard, they actually found a ginseng on the ground. The girl was thrilled when she saw it. She immediately gave the ginseng to the butler. The butler excitedly reported the situation to the general. The general looked puzzled when he saw it. The yard had clearly already been thoroughly cleaned. How could there still be 100-year-old ginseng there? So he went to the girl to ask. Unexpectedly, the girl told him that the birds had told her where to find the ginseng. But the general didn't believe any of it. He just thought the girl was unusually lucky. But ever since the girl came into the house, his son's illness had really improved. So the general ordered someone to investigate the girl's background. Soon, his subordinates reported the findings. It turned out the girl was an orphan. She had not only been abused by her previous adoptive parents, but was even forced to live in a pigsty. The general felt great pity for her when he heard this, so he decided to take her to a Jadestone betting competition. This was to show the world that the girl was one of his most beloved children. Another reason the general attended the Jadestone competition was that he hoped to make some money from it, because a blizzard had been going on for an entire month, and if it continued, many people would suffer and die. Only if he had enough money could he solve everyone's food and survival problems. So the next day, the general brought the girl to the Jadestone competition. This scene made a wealthy young woman present feel very jealous. She never expected that after chasing the general for so long, she still couldn't compare to a country girl. So she planned to give the girl trouble. Soon, the Jadestone competition began. Whoever could, from a pile of rocks, cut open a top-quality jade would make a fortune. But what the general didn't know was that to ordinary people, all the stones looked the same. But in the girl's eyes, they were full of colors. At that moment, she saw one stone glowing nearby. so she begged the general to buy it for her brother. But before the general could even respond, the rich girl suddenly appeared and bluntly said that while the stone wasn't expensive, giving it to a country girl was simply not worth it. But before the rich girl could react, the general directly ordered his men to buy it. He did it to preserve the girl's dignity. If he backed down today, then the girl would have a hard time fitting into their social class in the future. Meanwhile, the rich girl, feeling wronged, ran to her brother crying. The rich young man believed the general had gone too far, so he decided to stand up for his sister. He deliberately blocked the general's path and challenged him to a competition. Whoever cut out more top-grade jade stones would have to pay for all of the raw stones the other person picked. At first, the general refused to agree, but the rich young man spread rumors in front of everyone saying the general's family had already declined and that he couldn't even afford to buy stones. Everyone began whispering and gossiping about the general. Seeing how arrogant the young man was, the general agreed to the bet without hesitation. Just then, the girl whispered to the general that there were many beautiful stones here, thinking about how, ever since she came to the house, strange things had been happening. Maybe she really could see things that ordinary people couldn't. So he took the girl along to choose stones. Soon, the girl spent the least amount of money and bought a pile of stones. Meanwhile, the rich young man carefully selected many expensive stones. When the young man learned the girl had picked the general's stones, he laughed hard at the general. But in the face of everyone's mockery, the general didn't take it to heart. As long as his daughter was happy, that was enough for him. Soon, the rich young man began cutting open the stones. Under everyone's watchful eyes, his first stone revealed jade worth $1 million. Then it was the general's turn. When the staff cut open the stone, what they saw inside left everyone completely stunned.